Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to A2C Emergence. It is me yet again, David, with Quan, where we have our main event where the winner faces the boogeyman at A2C Emergence. Never forget, we're MJF versus Gunther.
A shot for the Genesis title, but also tonight after their unfortunate loss at All In, they look to bounce back as Haku, accompanied by Javon Evans, takes on the exciting and enthusiastic Mr. Iguana here in Norfolk.
And we also have Finn Balor, the Bullet Club's leader, versus the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy, who got the win. Only one case.
You said Bullet Club, I got flashbacks.
Yeah.
We also have Logan Paul and Switchblade Jay White. Jay White looking to bounce back, has been looking to bounce back for a long time. Suffered a loss to Damian Priest right before All In. Let's see if he can bounce back here tonight against the Maverick.
And speaking of Damian Priest, he goes up against Bret Hart, who obviously lost that iconic Best of 7 series against Will Ospreay. And that match is kicking off A2C Emergence here in Norfolk. And are you ready to all rise? Once.
I am.
Because here comes Damian Priest, El Wepa. And he's ready to pick up a fight against the worst there is, the worst there was, and the worst there ever will be. Bret Hart.
Of course, Damian Priest, former Oceanic champion, inaugural AJ Rock's Memorial Battle Royal winner, has had multiple matches in A2C, one of the originals of A2C, you could say. And he goes up here tonight against Bret, the Hitman Hart. Of course, as you said, Bret Hart coming off of a loss to Will Ospreay, losing the Best of 7 series, granting Will Ospreay a shot at the Genesis Championship. Speaking of, we have already talked about our main event. MJF versus Gunther, the winner of that match, the winner of our main event, will challenge the current champion, the Boogeyman, in just 7 days at Never Forget, our 9/11 show. It will be either MJF or Gunther taking on the Boogeyman, and the winner of that will go to No Mercy in Denver, Colorado, and take on the Aerial Assassin.
And here comes Bret Hart, where obviously we've mentioned it 50 million times, might as well mention it again. Losing to Will Ospreay to prove that he is the worst there is, worst there was, worst there ever will be, even though I don't think he was at the start. But last week, when he had that promo, he got interrupted by Kenny Omega. And we have to wonder what's possibly going to be going on there. But tonight his focus isn't on the cleaner, his focus is on Damian Priest tonight.
And of course, we know about how Kenny Omega was right after SummerSlam, is great win against Steve Blackman in an underwhelming matchup. But regardless, Kenny Omega, you have to wonder from a balanced mindset, a balanced perspective, what Kenny Omega's intentions are with targeting the Hitman.
Well, we know whatever's going to happen is not going to work out. But we're here to kick off A2C Emergence here, ladies and gentlemen. Damian Priest, Bret the Hitman Hart. Is Damian Priest going at it, but Bret Hart switching it up with a kick, going for a spinning clothesline there, but missing.
And now Priest, went for that Harlem sidekick. Bret Hart able to evade it just barely now. And now the Irish whip sending Priest right into the corner. Big clothesline right into the corner.
And now the Hitman possibly ready to fly already. As a springboard crossbody dropping down Damian Priest.
That body press, that is the adrenaline that has gone through the veins of Bret Hart ever since coming back to A2C at the beginning of the year, ever since coming back at the hands of Nick Khan. We've talked about how Bret Hart has had that love and passion for professional wrestling. That is how he provoked Will Ospreay to come back to A2C. Him answering that open challenge was able to give Bret Hart a reason to love the business again. He was close to retiring near like the middle of the year before Will Ospreay came back, and these two would just tear the house down back and forth until it was Will Ospreay ending that Best of 7 series. Do you think that has reawoken a spark in Bret Hart, that Best of 7 series with Will Ospreay?
I mean, of course it has. As much as you want to, take the piss out of Bret Hart for his old age,
Oh my
look
God.
Look at that proof that old age doesn't mean a thing.
Pile driver by Bret Hart, just dumping Priest on his head.
And now dragging him to the middle of the ring, hopefully going for a cover. And this could be it. Early doors for Damian Priest to lose, but no, kick out of 2.
Priest staying resilient in the early goings, even after that pile driver, that vicious pile driver by Bret Hart.
And now big elbows here to Bret Hart, stopping whatever he's thinking, possibly a little suplex there. But Bret Hart turning exactly what Damian Priest was planning. Now just staring, but now turn them around. Another kick.
Going for a power bomb, perhaps, but no, gets back body drop by Priest. You have to wonder if Bret is going to make Priest tap out, as we're seeing right now. Those strong legs of Damian Priest and the limbs are very strong. They are well disciplined. Do you think the sharpshooter will have less of an effect on Damian Priest?
Well, you know, you could think that about many men that have faced Bret Hart in the past. You know, same people with probably stronger calves, stronger legs, and they've tapped out to that iconic move. It's iconic for a reason, because even the best, even the strongest could tap out to it.
It's just inexplainable until you are put in that hold. It's not also just in the legs, it's in the upper torso, just being stretched in the way it was never meant to. When that submission was made a long time ago, and Bret Hart would coin it as his finishing maneuver, and now Priest, he's looking to shoot Bret Hart. Just shot him with an imaginary bow and arrow. Bret not having any of that, and now rolls him through. Priest is going for a clothesline, but now rolls into the abdominal stretch, grabs the leg now, and now Priest has to be careful here. The submission specialist has him in trouble, but not for long, with a hip toss taking down Bret Hart.
And I mean, Damian Priest looking to build himself back up. Been a little bit off recently, I'd be saying, but he's looking to rebuild that chapter of, obviously, as you said, he used to be a, was it Oceanic, you said?
Yes, it was Oceanic champion.
Yeah, Oceanic champion, looking to rebuild it, and obviously you said the AJ Rocks Memorial Battle Royal winner. And tonight he's looking to kind of reclaim that reputation and structure tonight, and what no better way than doing it again.
One for the line. You got a double leg takedown, and now center of the ring. This is where the will of Priest is tested. Sharpshooter is in. Referee checking on Priest, making sure he's not. Oh, wait a minute. He lets go. Bret was able to let go. Priest able to kick him away.
And now the kicks again is lifting him up.
Which carried out. Oh my God! What a roundhouse by Priest. Did you hear the impact? Just the top of the foot right off the face of Bret Hart.
You could probably hear that from outside the arena as a back atomic drop there. And now kick out at 1 by Bret Hart. There's some more stops.
Norfolk, Virginia is hyped up, ready to go here tonight. We've seen a lot of big stars here tonight already. We've seen AJ Styles earlier tonight, and oh my God, Priest looked like a middle rope spear, just colliding right with the midsection of the torso of Bret Hart. But Bret now immediately back in the ring as the double leg, and now one more sharpshooter looking to be locked in. He's got it cinched in, and this is where the will of Priest will be tested. Is Priest going to tap out? No, Bret lets go once again.
And now Bret Hart was probably going to look for something else again there.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's looking to go south. Oh, no.
No, I was thinking south of heaven, but Bret collides with a clothesline after reversing the south of heaven.
And Bret Hart now kick to the back of Damian Priest, now looking to fly again. The Hitman going up top, looking to hit a straight. Damian Priest kept out, but still Tyson crossbody.
Bret just showing how good he is improvising with that crossbody, and now for a third time looks to lock in the sharpshooter. It's in. Priest has nowhere to go. Center of the ring.
You know what they say, Quan's third time is a charm, but could it be? But no, he lets go again.
You have to wonder what the strategy is. Oh, it could just to be end Priest's career. Was going for a pile driver, but no, he gets back body dropped by Priest.
I was gonna say that maybe it was because he was so pissed off on himself for losing that best of 7 series to Will Ospreay. He wanted to show a little bit more and also show Kenny Omega who he is trying to mess with. But it looks like Damian Priest has other plans to try and distract that away from Bret Hart.
You cannot count out. You cannot use someone like Damian Priest as a stepping stone so easily. Priest will not go down without a fight. There's the flatliner, taking out Bret Hart, and now immediately goes into the cover looking for a huge win here is Damian Priest. Here's the cover, but Bret barely kicks out.
I mean, he's called the Punisher for a reason. Set your eyes off him, underestimate him, and you will suffer, and you will go south of heaven!
Nails it! South of heaven, cover by Priest to get a huge win here to kick off Emergence. Cover on Bret Hart. Oh, he kicks out again.
And Damian Priest just staring as he looks to send him over the outside with a big boot.
The boot scraping right across the face of Bret Hart, making him tumble right to the floor.
And just watching the Hitman get up slowly as he slides outside of the ring. Both men gonna go at it outside, looking possibly for a beautiful German suplex, but no, changed by Damian Priest, just grabbing the shoulders of Bret Hart.
Off the standing switch, trying to make Bret go to sleep here. Bret's consciousness is most likely fading as he's now fallen down, and that's the snap right to the back. Oh my God.
Now busted open, the Hitman bleeds.
Oh my God, atomic, oh my God! Atomic drop using his legs sitting right on the apron. That leverage was deadly for Bret Hart.
His ass has got to be in pain after that.
Oh my God. That was painful. Count of 6 by the official. Bret's on the top rope. Count of 7. I don't even know if Bret's broken the count. I don't even know if that's a roll technically, but there's the elbow off the top by Bret Hart. And he was able to break the count, and now has a submission locked in. Just wrenching that shoulder.
Damian Priest not allowing it. Not allowing it at all. But he is going to keep punching the head of Bret the Hitman Hart. Obviously, we mentioned earlier, Bret Hart is bleeding, so therefore, you know, affect that wound, damage that wound more, infect it. And it possibly could help you out in the long run in this match. And that is what Damian Priest is looking to do, and looking to also damage the arms to lessen that impact if Bret Hart goes for the 4th sharpshooter in this match.
Just dumping the arm down, and now it looks like he may be going for it. Now looks to lock it in. Spins it around, sharpshooters in. Damian Priest is struggling. It's cinched in deep on the torso and legs, and Priest has to tap out.
We said he had to show Kenny Omega something if shit does get serious, and he has done so against Damian Priest. And I'm pretty sure Kenny Omega's probably sitting here watching this match, and now has seen that even when he bleeds, Bret the Hitman Hart is ready for anything.
Oh, wait a minute, Bret, turn around, Kenny Omega, oh my God. You said Kenny Omega was watching closely. He indeed was. He was not far away at all, and he assaults Bret Hart once again.
And Kenny Omega getting in to assault Bret Hart quicker than his 3-minute video package at SummerSlam.
Oh my God, now dumps him on his head, one-winged angel by Kenny Omega. What kind of statement is Kenny Omega trying to make by threatening the Hitman?
He said he wanted to end the Hitman once and for all, and he's looking to slowly but surely do it.
Regardless, victorious, but he still has to deal with Kenny Omega, has to deal with the cleaner.
And now I'm ready, quads, as I'm about to get what I am on commentary, and that is humble.
Don't lie to yourself.
I am the most humblest A2C commentator of all time, and Logan Paul is the most humblest wrestler. We are two peas in the same pod. Because Logan Paul has it all. He has the talent, he has the stars, he has the fan base. There is nothing that this guy can't do.
There is honestly no denying Logan Paul and his ability in this ring, and his ability to get into people's heads, and that's what he has done for a long time in his career. But the thing is, can he get into the head of one Jay White, because Jay White has been trying to have a sharp mind ever since he was turned on by MJF, who he believed to be his best friend earlier in the year. And Jay White's never really recovered since. Do you think that Jay White has come out with a sharp mind, or do you think he has just fallen down in a downward spiral as of late?
Well, I think he has, but one way to kind of connect yourself is by, you know, beating someone a little bit similar in some ways to MJF. You know, some people call him a scumbag, and some people call Logan Paul a quote-unquote scumbag, which I don't think he is. But, you know, if you can beat someone like that, then maybe you can reconnect yourself to say, you know, maybe I can get my revenge, or maybe, you know, if the time comes and I can get my hands on MJF again, I'll be ready this time.
We just have to keep wondering when that time will come for Jay White, but for now, he takes a step back. And he looks to take on the Maverick, Logan Paul.
And you know what they say, Quans? 1 step back and 2 steps forward. And that is what Jay White is looking to do today. His 1 step back was obviously what we've mentioned, getting betrayed by MJF, his so-called best friend. And his 2 steps forward could be proving himself tonight by beating Logan Paul, and whatever comes next is his second.
Oh, it could be the other way around. It just has to wonder. You have to wonder how it will end up for either of these two men, especially for Jay White, as he looks to go one-on-one with Logan Paul here in Norfolk.
And here we go. Logan Paul, look at that, being smart, but so is Jay White as we get some chair wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. It can't be A2C without some chain wrestling, Quans.
Indeed, it cannot. Oh, Logan Paul with a cheap
shot. And look at that, smart by Logan Paul. That is what you have to do. You have to use any means necessary, and Logan Paul does that, but it gave him a little bit disadvantages. Jay White going for a cover, count at 1. Logan Paul kicks out.
And now Jay White, Irish whip on Logan Paul, sending right to the floor.
You know, I'm pretty sure that Logan Paul set himself out there. You know, he needs to take some little time to build himself up, take a little recovery time. You know.
You're not seriously going to do this for every single maneuver.
What do you mean every single maneuver? I'm just talking about how humble and smart Logan Paul is. If you can't see that, Quans, then that's a you issue. As look at that, it's just Logan Paul just hugging the hell out of Jay White, moving him side to side.
There's the waist lock in, very deep.
And just slamming him right onto the mat. And some stomps to the head of Jay White. Does Logan Paul, and look at that beautiful moonsault there by Logan Paul. Going for the cover, kick out at 1 again by Jay White.
And now off the ropes. Look at Logan Paul. Look at this, the height on that big splash.
I mean, this is what Logan Paul does. This is Logan Paul territory, flying and proving the doubters wrong. As a big hit there to the stomach of Jay White, slamming him back down onto the mat as well while doing that, and going for a submission here. But Jay White getting out of it straight away. Anything Logan Paul offers, Jay White, he's called the Switchblade for a reason. He switches it up just like that.
And now Logan Paul, Irish whip once more. Looking to send Logan. Oh, look at Jay White now fighting back now against Logan Paul. Big elbow right to the back, and now picks him up. Jay White, look at this, going for the sit-out fisherman buster. My God. Beautifully executed. It looks like Jay White is looking to make Logan Paul breathe. The Switchblade. Blade Runner connects on Logan Paul with instant fashion. Cover by the Switchblade on the Maverick, but it's not enough. Logan's going to kick it too.
And Logan doesn't quit even when times get hard, you know. This man, personally and in ring-wise, has been through it all. And Logan Paul still gets back up, still gets running, and we're seeing that tonight against Jay White with a big neck breaker there by Jay White. Is now looking to kind of silence me and silence Logan Paul here tonight. Going up top rope.
Top rope for Jay White. Double axe handle connects. Beautifully executed on Logan Paul. Now down into the cover. Hooks the leg to get the victory here against Paul, but it's another kick out by the Maverick.
And look at that smart maneuver by Logan Paul. Just getting a little kick there. And Jay White, but oh my god, busted open. Logan Paul with a huge, ginormous forearm and a big knee onto the head of Logan Paul.
Jay White's feeling comfortable, and that is dangerous for anyone that steps in the way of the switchblade. Immediately taking down Logan Paul there.
And now working on the legs of the Maverick. You know, put some vulnerability on Logan Paul as he likes to fly, likes to go for those frog splashes, those springboard maneuvers. Well, Logan Paul switching it up, using his legs to get out of whatever Jay White was going to plan next. And now
oh my god,
beautiful springboard moonsault there. Going for the cover. And another count of one as the switchblade kicks out yet again.
That's why you can't just go out there all guns blazing. You have to calculate your opponent and what they're... Oh my god!
Straight in the ass!
Straight in the ass, you're right. Damn. He actually just murdered him for no reason with that. And now takes out the turnbuckle pad.
You know, Jay White got stabbed in the back and now he got stabbed in the ass.
Got a terrible time for his backside.
And now look at this. Going for the infamous Maverick kicks and a kick to the head.
Trying to steal the American Dragon's moves. How dare he?
I mean, you know, people don't steal moves. Logan Paul doesn't steal moves. He borrows them from idols and people that, you know, has been nice and helped Logan Paul. You know, because a lot of people are rude to
Oh my god, a big splash off the top by Jay White to the back.
Pushing him back into the ring as a switchblade. Celebrating a little on the apron there, maybe two, may cost him.
Oh my god. Right off the face, calls him up one more time, maybe one more blade, ready to put this one away. He's got him in perfect position and he nails it. Paul goes face first off the mat. Jay White, the veteran experience, dragging Paul to the center of the ring away from the ropes. Now immediately into the cover, hooks the leg on Logan Paul. Jay White with the win, what a match.
And Logan Paul has been humbled by the switchblade, ready to take those steps forward like I was mentioning earlier, and that is a big win to do so. But the question obviously now is, what is going to be next for Jay White to regain himself, to fix those broken pieces that MJF left him.
There's Jay White bouncing back here tonight successfully with the victory against one Logan Paul. What a match. The steak is really good. You want some steak, David?
I do, but I'd rather have, well, I was going to say an iguana, but I don't think it's that much yet.
God damn it, I set it up perfectly. So
I don't want the steak, but I guess I want the smoke.
Oh, god damn, that would have been even better. Here comes Montez Ford.
Even though it's Finn Balor, it's having the match tonight, but Montez want to take front and center, I guess.
Yeah.
But that has kind of what it's been. Montez Ford is kind of took the spotlight ever since joining this quote-unquote new Balor club. Even though it's just them two. But, you know, Finn Balor ready tonight to win against Jeff Hardy.
Actually, no, you're wrong. I would actually like to clarify something. That Jeff Hardy, I believe, was that the wrong? I think it was the wrong graphic that my producer told me.
Oh. So he's had some flight issues.
I think so. I've been told it was the wrong graphic.
Maybe he's got arrested for a DUI. I'm just saying it.
Let's hope not. Why would you even wish that on somebody?
I wouldn't wish it on somebody. He does it himself.
Fair enough.
But
I don't know.
Wait, is this Darby?
Yes, indeed, it is Darby Allin.
The man who saved Jeff Hardy from getting attacked by the Balor Club last week. Darby saved Jeff Hardy.
Oh yeah, Darby did save him.
Yeah. He saved Jeff Hardy, and tonight he's looking to get that revenge inside the ring in a fair match between Finn Balor here tonight. And I'm pretty sure, you know, he's called a Daredevil for a reason. He's ready to do it all, no matter what, no matter the cost, no matter the stakes. Darby Allin is ready to do anything necessary and make sure that he gets that win tonight.
No matter what you think of Darby Allin, no matter how stupid or dim-witted you think he is in the mind, Darby Allin is a psychopath, and they say there's nothing more dangerous than a man with nothing to lose. I believe Darby Allin is one of those men, and that is why he is so dangerous in that ring. He will put his body, his own flesh, on the line just to beat the hell out of you.
But a man that is also dangerous is this man who gets the offense first, and Finn Balor. You know, he may not be that form now in the iconic Demon, but the fact is that with or without the Demon, Finn Balor is still a very dangerous and scary man when you're against him in the ring, and that is what Finn Balor's proving right now as he goes for a cover. Kind of one and a kick out by Darby. Now, pushed up against the rope.
Damn. You sure you don't want this steak?
I'm pretty sure I do not want this steak because I am getting fed off of the graps that is happening right now with Finn Balor getting the full offense and a Pele kick.
No one told you this match was sponsored by Outback Steakhouse?
No one did. No.
So I'm eating steak right now. If I eat the entire steak before the match is over, I get a raise.
Buddy, you're used to gobbling meat, so I don't think this is a challenge for you.
You see how much steak is on the desk right now?
I don't know, but I do see the stakes in this matchup here tonight between Darby and Finn Balor. Is Darby getting his first pinfall here, but a kick out of one by Finn as he kips himself up, and we get some chain wrestling. Oh yeah.
Montez Ford rushing the side, another the wrist lock by Balor. Currently takes control of the veteran Balor.
Just twisting the arm of Darby Allin. You know, he's trying to make sure that the Daredevil can't fly as much as he usually does, trying to make sure his offense is less dangerous. You know, the more he's stuck in those kind of locks, those kind of twists, is the more damage. As I'm saying that, he switches it up, going for a headlock here.
That headlock, the Irish are pushing him right into the official. Very smart maneuver. I gotta say about Balor, there's the German suplex.
As he goes up top, I don't think he's looking for the coup de grace yet, and he goes for an elbow. I thought he was. He kind of moved to go on that elbow, a bit too late there for me. But a count of one, count of two, and a kick out by Darby again.
Not going to be enough.
And look at this, possible looking to drop him on the outside. Sending Darby flying, something he's used to. And just watching and stalking Darby Allin. It's now eventually going on to the outside. And a little couple of kicks here by Finn Balor, but reversed by Darby Allin. Takes him down. And now just mauling the head.
Those open palm strikes right to the head of Balor.
Now look at this Daredevil ready to fly.
Oh my God! Just the headbutt, and it looks like the wrists were locked as well onto Balor's body, and now just stomping him out as well. Darby Allin once again putting his body on the line to inflict pain on his opponent.
And now looking to drag him straight back into the ring, pushes him in, rolls himself in. Little kick there, trying to grab him, but Finn Balor just slightly out of reach, but getting a beautiful Poison Hurricane on it?
I believe so, but Darby with a crossbody.
No, every week I get technical difficulties. So, okay.
Yeah. And now Darby immediately into the cover on Balor, hooks the leg. Off the great maneuver, but Balor's able to kick out.
And Darby ready to get some offense again. Whipping him into the corner. With Finn Balor turning the tide. Now he's just dragging over Darby into the other corner. Turns him around.
Goes gut first. The chest first right off the turnbuckle, and a German suplex follows it up.
That was an absolute beautiful German suplex there by Finn Balor.
Able to call him up. Irish whip back into the corner. Balor could be thinking that missile drop kick perhaps, but no. Darby is able to get out of the corner now, and Darby, look at this. The athleticism, stun dog, millionaire connects. Balor in a daze, cover by Darby to get the win here against Finn Balor. Hooks the leg, but Balor kicks out.
This match has been nothing but a kid so far. But Darby gonna fly again.
From the top, could be thinking coffin drop to put this one away, and he nails it. My God. Darby done? Yeah, he is. It looks like he's trying to be. Here's the cover on Balor. Trying to put this one away off the coffin drop. Balor powers out. Kick out at 2.
And also, like we mentioned, Jeff Hardy got that win against Montez. You know, Finn Balor must be a little bit disturbed by that. Looking to tell Montez, this is how it's done. This is how you pick up the win tonight. And he's probably looking to do that against Darby Allin, who obviously doesn't have Jeff Hardy in his corners due to whatever the hell he's done. It's a beautiful.
Do you think that overconfidence on impressing his pupil and trying to make sure his pupil knows what he's doing? Do you think that overconfidence could cost Finn Balor here against Darby Allin, a man who has no proper plan when it comes to being in the ring? It is just full guns blazing for Darby Allin.
I mean, rule number 1 is never let your emotions get the best of you, no matter what. If you're trying to teach someone, teach them while trying to focus on yourself at the exact same time, you know, because if you're trying to teach someone, you might change your ways, you might, you know, do something that you don't usually do just to try and impress them just a little bit more. But Finn Balor, I'm pretty sure he looked to stick to the same old book that used to get him wins. Is a big rope break there. Great ring awareness by Darby Allin.
Turns out that the brain is not entirely off for Darby Allin when it comes to being in this ring.
Which is rare.
Very rare for most people. As Balor now, oh my God, with a drop kick. Balor got span out entirely. Now Darby with the Irish whip. Look at this, ducking underneath. There's the leapfrog as well. And oh my God, what a punch right to the gut.
And now
there's a ripcord. There's a lariat. Ripcord lariat by Darby Allin, and now able to pick up Finn Balor onto one knee, and a drop kick to the back of the head. Now where's Darby going? Darby runs at Balor thinking blockbuster, and he nails it.
Beautiful blockbuster by Darby, but Finn just playing cat and mouse, you know, teasing him onto the outside, and eventually Darby pays for following.
Now Balor to the top rope. What's he thinking here? Oh my God, one for the elbow on a mounted Darby, but Darby was able to move out the way and nails the drop kick onto a grounded Finn.
And Darby ready to also follow what Jeff Hardy did last week.
Oh no, look at a fly crossbody to the floor, takes out Balor.
I mean, you know, they two went at it with each other, Darby and Jeff Hardy, in that coffin match, you know, a little while back. And now, you know, them together, them against each other is dangerous. But these two together, where these men will stop at nothing. daring themselves more than they ever would.
You have to believe that could be the case, but is the feeling mutual? Because we do not know if the feeling is mutual. We saw Darby Allin save Jeff Hardy, but I mean, you still have the numbers advantage here. Does Darby need the saving of Jeff Hardy? Will it even be occurring tonight as Balor looks to take control?
Sling blade. Big sling blade by Finn. And you know what that usually means when he goes on top rope? Coup de grace!
Oh my God. Right on the button.
Maybe it for Darby Allin as he kicks out.
Just barely powering out after that vicious coup de grace right to the gut.
Usually that is the piece de resistance when Finn Balor hits that coup de grace. But tonight, Darby Allin, just like he survived Mount Everest, is surviving this big hill against Finn Balor.
My God. Tope Atomico. And look at Darby's getting straight back to his feet, rolling out against Balor. But now Balor grabs him by the waist. Look at this big back suplex to Darby Allin.
And going for the cover again. The coup de grace wasn't enough, but was maybe that suplex? No.
No, not going to be enough once again.
And still targeting that kind of rib cage area of Darby Allin.
Darby able to power out, Balor back to his feet. Darby's going for a grab there, but now the kicks, improvising there. Balor able to go behind, and there's the elbow right to the throat. Down goes Darby. Balor once again has an opening, but Darby now with the adrenaline running through his veins, able to roll up Balor. Both legs are stacked up. Almost got the win there, but Balor is able to power out. And now Darby with a big back elbow takes out Balor, and not just beating the hell out of him, stopping it back and forth.
And now going to the outside now, ready to do a little springboard maneuver.
Oh my God, Hurricane Rana!
Beautiful springboard Hurricane Rana twisting as Montez Ford was looking to do a little something but decided not to as he's seen Finn Balor regaining offense. It's
1916 cover off the 1916 on Darby Allin. No, Finn Balor can't get it done. Darby kicks out again.
Finn Balor does it all when he needs to. That is the mentality of Finn Balor, is keep going till you've got it done. You can't just stop, because once you stop, that could cost you minutes, moments. The time you could get that free count. Is Finn Balor now aiming into the corner, big ginormous forearm onto Darby Allin, and now just once again targeting that stomach area of Darby Allin.
And now Balor's second rope usually takes it all. It goes to the top rope and now into the second rope. Double axe handle went for it, but Darby with a gut punch able to block it now. This has been a very competitive matchup.
As now they're going punch for punch, slap for slap, kick for kick, ladies and gentlemen. They're leaving it all on the line. The blood, sweat and tears that have been brewing from out these moments between these two now really could go at it.
Balor's begging for some more from Darby Allin. He is wanting so much more from Darby Allin, begging for all the shots back and forth between these two. Darby able to fight back. Balor's able to fight back. Slaps across the face, chops across the chest. Both men are going back, and we have a hockey fight in Norfolk, Virginia. Both men back and forth. Who will get the upper hand? It's Darby. It's Balor. Darby now rolls him through the scissor crab, and now locked in on Balor. Here's the cover. Will he be able to get the win here? But no, Balor's able to get out the way and get out of the pin attempt.
And now Finn crawling back to his feet, but Darby Allin isn't going to stop. His big knees to the back as he goes up top yet again.
My God, another coffin drop.
And that could be it.
Hooks the leg on Balor, but he kicks out again.
Both men staying in it when we thought it was done and dusted. But like we said, these two are daredevils, are demons in their own right. So therefore they will not stop until one has stopped breathing, until one finally gives up in these moments. But it looks like that none of them are going to do it. But Darby Allin now on the middle rope, ready to go.
Oh my God! Avalanche Code Red, covered by Darby to get the win. And he does against Finn Balor.
That is what you mean. That is what you have to do. You have to pull out the unexpected, and the Avalanche code red by Darby Allin gets that win in that free count, and him and Jeff Hardy not just similar in the Daredevil aspect, but now getting a win against the Balor Club.
Cannot look over that match. That was an incredible display and showcase, but now Montez Ford.
You knew this was gonna happen. You know, they cannot take these losses very well, as Montez Ford now just slamming him onto the mat as Finn Balor now targets the head and a stomp onto it.
Oh my God, I'm both just beating the hell out of him. Darby's trying to fight back, but Montez Ford can't help himself. Now wants to teach Darby a lesson of his own. Just now beating the hell out of him as Balor looks on. But wait a minute, Jeff Hardy! Jeff Hardy's here! Jeff Hardy, the man they took out last week that was saved by Darby Allin, returning the favor for the Daredevil himself, the charismatic Enigma, now taking it to both members of this new Balor Club. Balor sent to the sent right into the corner, but now Montez sent to the outside.
I'm guessing that the GM has paid the bill for Jeff Hardy, and now he's looking to serve some justice onto the Balor Club after obviously attacking him last week and now attacking Darby, just returning the favor of getting saved. As Quan mentioned earlier, it doesn't look like they're on the same page, but they have a common enemy, and an enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Indeed, it could be the case between Darby Allin and Jeff Hardy. We will come to see where these two will end up in the near future.
And they too are a pack of animals, but one animal that everyone... I'm trying to time this.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, Logan Paul. Logan Paul backstage. We saw earlier tonight Jay White defeated Logan Paul, but now Logan Paul is pissed that he's beating the hell out of him. Oh no, this could be even worse. Oh my God, traffic cone right up his asshole.
He already got punched in the ass by Logan earlier. Now he's got a cone up the ass. This guy is getting absolutely pegged by Logan Paul here tonight.
Oh my God, he just knocked him out.
With the titanium steel hands.
Oh my
and
God,
another
he keeps
one.
picking him up and punching him in the face. Somebody's got to get back there and stop this. Jay White's getting the hell beat out of him.
A third for good measure by Logan Paul.
My God, Jay White might be out. He might be in a coma after those punches.
You know, him taking the bait and the sting of Logan Paul with that titanium fist of Logan Paul, taking it 3 times to the head. But now it's time for Mr. Iguana and Lieska.
Everybody loves this guy.
I mean, how can't you love this guy? This guy is talented, you know. He's Mr. Iguana for a reason, you know. Iguanas can fly, they can jump, they can do it all. And Mr. Iguana is literally the equivalent of that. And it's sad to see that we don't have Lieska by his side, you know. Maybe he's just keeping some safety precautions for Lieska because he knows kind of what Haku is like, you know. The Samoan tribes, they feast on anything. And, you know, he's trying to make sure that Lieska's safe and he doesn't become a victim of that.
You have to love the protection of Lieska. We love Lieska around these parts.
And obviously, Haku went up against Swerve Strickland last week and technically lost due to Roman Reigns spearing the hell out of Swerve Strickland. But tonight, he has to not focus on that and slightly move on to something else, which is trying to beat Mr. Iguana. And speaking of Haku, here he comes.
The legendary Haku.
With Yvonne Evans by his side, the former Balor Club members put them in the past And now focusing on to the future. And the future of Haku is facing Mr. Iguana here tonight. And proving that he does still have it, you know, that match against Swerve Strickland, even though it ended in a DQ, that he still has the ability to pick up wins, pick up pinfalls, and tonight he could show that if he manages to defeat Mr. Iguana. As he is ready to fight tonight, leave it all on the line against the wild animal that is Mr. Iguana. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to kick this match off between Haku, Mr. Iguana.
Oh my
and look
God.
at Haku just barging right into Mr. Iguana.
Using that Samoan strength advantage by Haku.
Now hanging up into
immediately.
the wall.
Just immediately into the tree of woe, and now, oh look at this, Iguana able to use that animal-like strength, that animal-like athleticism to stay in the fight here against Haku, able to get out of the tree of woe very early, and the cross body, oh my God, right to the back of Haku. Could have nearly folded him in half.
And now looking to lock in an arm maneuver there to try and make Haku tap, but he's getting out of it as quick as that. You know, those Samoans are strong and powerful. You know, a submission isn't going to be easy. You need to wear and tear the Samoan, even though it is probably one of the hardest things on the planet to do. Is Javon Evans now just making sure that he stays on the inside. Haku distracting the referee while at it. Some smart play there between the former Balor Club members.
Both men, and Javon Evans are throwing a chair into the ring as well.
I mean, that's something you don't usually see from Yvonne Evans, you know. Usually he's a kind of like honest and fair guy, but maybe tonight he's desperate to see Haku, you know, get the recognition he deserves, get the wins and pins that he deserves. He's looking to do that with a pinfall here right now. Count of one, kick out by Mr. Iguana.
I mean, you can't really blame Javon Evans. I mean, you see your friend, you see someone you've been tagging with for a number of months now. You saw him get in that position last week as he ended up facing the world champion Swerve Strickland, a very first time matchup. Of course, taking on some of Roman Reigns' blood in Haku that Swerve Strickland was, and you see Javon Evans playing desperate, trying to keep Haku in that spotlight, trying to keep both of them in that spotlight for that matter.
I mean, you've got to. If you know your biggest highlight recently was breaking free from the Balor Club, you know, you want to take yourself to new heights after saying you've been held back by Finn Balor and everything that he was doing while you were in that faction. You know, and tonight Yvonne Evans just wants to see that. He wants to make that the truth. Is a beautiful middle rope splash there by Mr. Iguana as he's just running riot, and a big elbow drop into Haku.
Mr. Iguana is flying everywhere as Haku looks to take control in this match, or Haku is trying to take control, but Mr. Iguana is just all over him right now.
And Yvonne Evans playing smart again, distracting Mr. Iguana. You know, buying Haku some time to recover, buying him some time to think of a game plan, what to do next. As slowly getting to his feet though. And Mr. Iguana just finally decides to ignore Yvonne Evans.
Haku posted up on the apron here. Javon Evans on the outside lurking. Mr. Iguana was trying to pull him back in the ring. Haku able to allow himself back in. And now Irish whip by Mr. Iguana. There's the arm drag taking down Haku. Ooh, look at Evans was trying to grab the leg there, it looked like.
And talking about grabbing the leg, Mr. Iguana's doing exactly that, twisting the feet of Haku. Obviously he's got no shoes to protect those, you know, he's going bare feet as Yvonne Evans just taking a little hit there onto Mr. Iguana right in front of the referee, but I think Haku's maybe big and strong body was blocking that.
God! Flying super kick to the face of Mr. Iguana. Of course, Javon Evans has to be really careful. He doesn't want to get ejected from this match. And there's the flying headbutt. He nailed it. That flying headbutt by Haku. That Samoan headbutt. Cover on Mr. Iguana to put the Iguana down, but no, it's not enough.
And like you were saying, the Samoan headbutt, you know, the Samoans are known for one of the strongest heads in the wrestling industry.
Those
and you know, someone like Mr. Iguana.
Oh my
yeah. And oh my god. as Mr. Iguana, you know, is an iguana's skin is very soft and delicate. You know, a big headbutt by a Samoan is like them getting hit by a rock, but a rings of Saturn locked in by Mr. Iguana.
Could we call it the iguana stretch, maybe?
I do not know.
Maybe.
The tongue of iguana? I don't know.
That just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but like iguanas' tongues are like quite thingy and they wrap around stuff, you know. Or the tail of iguana, then. I guess.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually.
And now look at that, going back to what he was doing earlier. Getting let go there. Beautiful bright channel submission.
God, the Muda lock kind of in. Of course, not the way we originally would see it. But now look at this. Over for the chop across the chest. But no, Haku caught him. Now on his shoulders. Big running power.
Oh. And a cover now by Haku. Looking to put down Lieska. Looking to put down the owner of Lieska, Mr. Iguana.
Please don't ever put down Lieska.
And a big super kick there. And a big elbow by Mr. Iguana, looking to slip and slide all over Haku here tonight. But Haku, being stealthy himself, slipping out of that kind of head scissor maneuver that Mr. Iguana was going to go for.
Look at him. Oh my God, headbutt right to the midsection, trying to stop possibly the breathing of Mr. Iguana.
You know, like as it's a Samoan doing that, you know, that's kind of like a Samoan H-bomb, if you get what I mean. As in Ilya Dragunov's H-bombs are so delicate. As another, like, you're a middle rope flying Samoan headbutt there, looking for the cover. Oh my God, seconds away from getting that win. It's now an alley-oop to Mr. Iguana.
And now Haku has Mr. Iguana by the head. Oh my God, face first off the turnbuckle.
And now putting him up, looking for an avalanche maneuver here. What is Haku thinking? Oh my God, quads, oh my God!
Oh my God! And then the flying headbutt as well. Oh my God, Haku is just all over the place right now. Mr. Iguana rolls out though, and then rolls immediately back into the ring, but Haku is waiting for him. Immediately kicked to the gut by Haku. Could be thinking powerbomb here. Has him up on his shoulders. Center of the ring, but it takes him straight to the apron.
Okay, let's go in there first. Go for a cover. Now this could be it for Haku. With no another kick out by Mr. Iguana. They're just twisting the neck of Mr. Iguana. Trying to make sure that he stays down. As another, I thought he was going to go for that headbutt again, but just the stomp. As maybe going for the headbutt from a second rope, but missed. Mr. Iguana, beautiful enziguri. Haku lifting him up again, and another running power slam straight onto Mr. Iguana. It's going top rope. Maybe the middle rope didn't work, but maybe the top one will. But no, he's calling him up, looking for something different. And a flying, oh my God! What a power slam by Mr. Iguana! As Yvonne Evans seen how brutal that was, deciding to distract Mr. Iguana as Haku's back on his feet, looking to go for something here, lifts him up. And a Samoan drop. And that may help Haku win tonight, and it does. The 3 count for Haku. Getting that win against Mr. Iguana. Is celebrating as Haku thoroughly deserved after that intense match against Mr. Iguana. Looking to bring the spotlight straight back to them, like Quan said earlier, after leaving the Balor Club. And he can do that.
He indeed has with that victory right there. Haku keeping that momentum going with that victory. What a win for Haku.
And what is it you've been saying recently again, Quans? Is it time to celebrate something?
It is indeed time. It is indeed time. And I love saying this. I love saying it every single time we bring it out, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to celebrate 9/11.
Oh, that was awkward. As we get to celebrate a legend of the business returning, we're all sitting here wondering who it is. Names have been thrown around. Austin Theory, Umaga, a lot of names have been thrown around.
But also a name that's been thrown around a lot is Danhausen, because he's been passed around verbally in the locker room more than Trish Stratus was in 2001, and he is going to take on John Cena in a very big time matchup for that kid.
And it's time for him to prove whose house it was, or will Roman Reigns crash straight into it like it was the Twin Towers, as the A2C World Championship is on the line.
But coming up next, we will determine our fourth match official for Never Forget. It's MJF, it's Gunther, the winner faces the Boogeyman for the Genesis Championship at Never Forget. Who will it be? Will it be the Ring General taking on the Boogeyman once more? Or will it be brother versus brother? MJF versus Boogeyman. Let's find out right now in our main event.
And here he is, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, because he is better than you, and you know it. And tonight could be big, because this man has been friends with the Boogeyman. And obviously tonight is a very weird situation for MJF, because if he wins, then you know what that means, that he has to face his friend and former Judgment Day member of the Boogeyman.
But you could also say that this is not a problem for MJF, as you saw last week. MJF and Boogeyman were in the ring. It was originally going to be Boogeyman granting MJF a shot at the Genesis Championship.
I mean, that is true. It could just be a friendly match, but you know what sometimes happens? It could be like that. But when titles are on the line, Quan, everything changes. Your mentality changes. Your friendships change. Everything changes, because it is no longer about your friendship. It's no longer about how you feel about your opponent. It is about capturing that gold and taking it home with you at the end of the night.
I think everybody involved knows what that means and what that championship means for them. The Genesis Championship quickly becoming one of A2C's most prized championships. Many legends have held that championship.
As ladies and gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for your Ring General Gunther! Was that good?
I think it was, yeah, 100%.
Thank you. As here he is, the Ring General Gunther, ready tonight to take on MJF, to possibly take on the Boogeyman and Never Forget. And this man, when he is in the ring, is absolutely scary.
You cannot deny how good Gunther is in this ring, as you've already said. Because you remember at SummerSlam in Minnesota, he went to war with the Boogeyman and the Judgment Day itself, even before SummerSlam. Those two had one of the greatest matches in A2C in 2025, with the Boogeyman able to slug out a victory against Gunther. Imagine if we get to see that again next week.
I mean, you look at the kind of past and statistics of the Ring General, when he gets rematches, he most likely gets them. And if he gets to do that tonight, well, by doing that, by beating MJF tonight, you know, that could string that thing again.
First move at the gate, a brainbuster by MJF. You cannot deny MJF's or his ability in this ring, because MJF is A2C's only and first Triple Crown champion. He is a former A2C Tag Team champion, former A2C World Heavyweight champion, and he is a former A2C Oceanic champion. MJF has done it basically all in this business. But if he wins the Genesis Championship, if he is able to go on and face the Genesis Champion, as he is very determined to do, he will have a chance of becoming A2C's first ever Grand Slam champion. And that is something that no one has been able to call themselves in A2C.
I mean, that is something you link with the name Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. You know, the man was destined for greatness. You know, people called him a scumbag. People called him a clown. You know, the only time I've ever seen MJF as a clown was when he was doing GTS wrestling. But this man is not to be underestimated, because this man could pull things out of the hat that even a magician couldn't do. Especially when it comes to fighting for gold, as we get the chain wrestling in the main event, ladies and gentlemen.
You cannot deny MJF. MJF has been sitting idly by, waiting his turn, staying in the background. Of course, MJF, an A2C original, as we've named them before. An A2C original, one of the very 5 people that are still in the company to this day that had joined A2C in its very early stages. As MJF with a back suplex, breaking the chain there, takes out Gunther, and now immediately into the cover to go to Never Forget. Is this going to be it? No, it's kicked out.
I mean, that is what the devil does, you know. The Boogeyman is a scary, horrific, demonic character, but there is no one more demonic than the devil himself. You know, and sometimes, you know the famous saying of the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making you forget he existed. Maybe that is what is going to go wrong for the Boogeyman if MJF gets the win here tonight. Oh my god!
Into the ring! Oh my god! Pulling out all the stops with that tombstone. Cover on Gunther once more to go to the Garden next week on Thursday, but it's a kick out by Gunther again.
But like I was saying, you know, that's the greatest trick. And if the Boogeyman, you know, sometimes when you're your friend, you forget about that one aspect or the bad aspects of a person, and that bad aspect is the devil inside MJF. So if he forgets that devil existed and he pulls it out the bag at Never Forget, if he gets that win tonight, then that could mean trouble for the Boogeyman and his Genesis Championship.
You bring up a very valid point. You know, you can never trust somebody like MJF who's willing to do whatever it takes to stay on top, to keep his spot in A2C, but Gunther is looking to take that spot away from MJF, one of the newcomers in A2C. Oh my god, for a drop kick. MJF was able to jump the drop kick attempt by Gunther, and oh my god, there's that kitchen sink knee right to his own leg.
And obviously, like you were saying, there's a roll up here by...
Wait a minute, rolls him up by Gunther, and now stacks the shoulders down, but no, it's not going to be enough.
And like you were saying, you know, the MJF does whatever, he stabs people in the back. Obviously, we mentioned it earlier when Jay White was here earlier, as Gunther going for a cover, as he stabbed Jay White in the back to join the Judgment Day, to join forces with the Boogeyman, Dominic Mysterio, and everything. And you know, that could be something that factors very well at Never Forget, if it happens.
Indeed, it could. And now MJF, look at the springboard. There's the forearm halfway across the ring. You cannot deny the athletic prowess, the athletic ability of one Maxwell Jacob Friedman, immediately into the cover on Gunther, but it's a kick out.
But the thing about Gunther is, I may have to eat my words here, is MJF.
Rolls into... Oh, wow, beautifully executed. Salt of the Earth is now locked in. Off the limits to go with Gunther, tap out, but no. Gunther's able to stay in the fight. Gunther rolls out. Oh, went for the lariat, and now MJF spins it around. There's the kick to the gut, picks him up, going for a tombstone. Tombstone pile driver one more time. He nails it. Gunther is down. Gunther got dumped on his head, and now MJF trying to drag him to the center of the ring. Trying to drag him, and he drags him just barely, spins it around, could have been thinking Salt of the Earth, but now Gunther, oh my god, did you hear that chop?
I should hear it.
Oh my god, Gunther was going for ass to dick, but no, MJF is back to his feet. MJF now spins it around one more time, he locks it in. Salt of the Earth. Salt of the Earth is down. MJF has hit the ground out, and he's looking to go for a Grand Slam at Never Forget.
And obviously, Gunther calls this his ring. You know, that ring is Gunther's earth. But the thing is when the soul of the earth hits that core center, it means that MJF gets what he wants and he gets his chance at the Boogeyman.
Indeed,
and obviously
he does. MJF is up next to the plate, and next week, Thursday, September 11th, never forget, MJF is looking to call his shot just like Babe Ruth for a Grand Slam. It's MJF, it's Boogeyman next week, and never forget, we will see you all next week. Good night, everybody from Norfolk. Good night from Emergence.
good night.